What's up, everybody? Hopefully everybody's having a good night tonight. Get this kicking here in a few minutes. Let everybody jump in. Okay, so that's pinned. So I hope everybody is having a good evening. It's been a fun day. For me, went on a special little trip up to right here in Michigan. I'm currently here, and it was a nice little trip for something important for the garage, so that's cool. Oh, McDonald, what's happening? Hey, Never Duck, thanks for jumping in. This is Izzy, what's happening, my friend? Excuse me. As always, if anybody's interested in jumping in, the link is there. You are welcome to jump in. It's not required, but feel free to do so. Hey, Unfinished Projects, what's happening? You guys, Guitar, what's happening? Unfinished again. Hey, Dutch, thanks for jumping in. Everybody saying hi. So yeah, give it a couple minutes, let everything get rolling. Got my official, event shirt for the Dodge thing at Roadkill, which was pretty cool. They gave shirts out to anybody that did any of the car rides. I was not able to partake because of my physical stuff, but thankfully Lauren was able to go on all the crazy rides, which is awesome. Yeah, that's the dog, but I think you mean Dodge. Yeah, it's Dodge. We got dodged. I got a hat I can show you guys in a couple minutes. Got to talk to somebody cool. Hopefully there's something coming from that. There's a couple things coming up in the near future that are going to be fun, and hopefully some cool stuff for the channel and stuff that I'll at least be able to offer you guys discounts if you find these products interesting, which I think is going to be pretty cool. Video. Yeah, there's 3 videos up on shorts right up on the channel right now. I wasn't going to do a long form video. I really wanted to try to see everything, and unfortunately I missed Busted Radio. I couldn't get a hold of him. I didn't know if he was still here because he came up the night before, which was Friday night, for the 6-week burnout contest, and I definitely missed him. I didn't see him at the event, and I couldn't get a hold of him to find out if he was still in Michigan or not. So unfortunately, Chris, if you're out there watching, he pops in from time to time. Either way, he's an awesome dude. If you do get a chance to meet him at any of the events he's at, definitely well worth your time. Very cool guy. I have no fear. I have been Dougstered. Sansui. It's very important. W350. Bingo. Maybe BRG will. No, nobody's buying the Chandler for burnouts. I don't foresee myself ever selling a car. Neverboard saying I want a product that I buy and then it prints my legal money overnight for the next day. I don't know if that's how that works, but it's funny money anyway. So in theory, they just don't want you printing your own funny money. If you take their funny money, that's a whole other thing. But what's happening, Slimo? Top of the early evening to you there, my friend. Slimo is in the upside down land, so whenever you see Slimo, just picture this. Like, he's upside down. Yeah, so is there anything anybody like to know about the Roadkill event? It was a hell of a lot of fun. I would go over some of that stuff if you guys are interested. I did get to meet Goldberg, the wrestler, which was pretty cool. So that was pretty neat. Got to shake his hand. I didn't take any video. He was off doing Goldberg things. He was there for a signing, but I got to talk to him real quick for half a second right before he went to do the signings. There's quite a few people there. I did not end up being able to watch too much of the racing. The way we had to walk around was extremely long, and I didn't have the money to help get us into the fancier tickets. So unfortunately, we had to park way the heck off site, and they actually bust everybody in with school buses. So next year, if I had more time, I'll actually get a spot in the facility because it was neat, but it would have been nice to have the car there. Which the car wouldn't have been there either way because the Chandler's half alive and half dead. So we'll go over that more when I get the parts in, hopefully tomorrow. I heard they are stopping production of the Ram pickup. I honestly don't know. They had the Chargers and Challengers doing the drifting stuff, which I do a video up of that. Lauren going around one of the drift cars, drift Challenger. I can never remember which one's which. And they had the little rally stage. They were doing them in the Hornets, those little hybrid micro SUVs. Lauren seemed to have fun doing both of them. So is Goldberg a mountain of a man in person? No, actually. He was only maybe 2-3 inches taller than I was, maybe 2. I thought he was like 6'4". He was still very large. I mean, you could tell he was an athlete. He's still a very large guy. But he was not as tall as I thought, especially because I used to be 6'2", and after the spinal fractures, on a good day, I'm 6 foot tall. And he wasn't, I didn't have to look up to him like I expected to. No, he's a very nice guy. He's super into cars. He definitely loves his Dodges. So it was really cool to shake his hand. That was always one of my favorite wrestlers. And my mom couldn't decide if she liked Goldberg or Stone Cold Steve Austin more. And she had a name for Stone Cold, which is she's watching, which she might be. If you text me and want me to tell the world what you used to call Stone Cold Steve Austin, I'll tell them. Otherwise, I'll leave that for later. Yeah, she was kind enough to humor my teenage goofiness and watch wrestling with me. I think I punished my mom enough when I was a teenager. So thanks, Mom. Someone has a Chandler been driven in anger off-road? No, it has been driven in anger on-road. The little bit of off-roading will likely be next month. But there's a lot of things. The Chandler is a car, and I'm getting it to where it needs to be, but I need to make tow hooks and recovery points. I need to strengthen the rear subframe that I built and some other stuff before I really do any kind of actual off-roading. Hi, Max. Oh, boy. Yeah, he's currently has a towel wrapped around his tuchus because he hit himself on a fence or something. He's got a cut on his back, so I've got to keep him from chewing on himself. And he's if you can tell, you might not be able to, but his head is really freaking big. So cones stop here. So basically, the whole last 3 inches of his snoot just basically do anything he wants. So it's always fun. He looks like he's wearing a kilt. Maybe 20 years ago. Okay. 6 won't admit it, but he secretly wants to dirt drag race with me. I'll do it, but I'm not winning. I'm not going to win anything unless they have a slow ass car class. You just tell me where. I was up in Bay City today. Lauren was kind enough to drag me around to get something I needed for the garage, which was hold on, I want to get out the map. So I live here, and we went here today to Bay City to pick up used medical equipment, not for me, for the garage. It's a giant, and I do mean giant. It's 6 foot tall by 30 wide by 20 deep. It's like an industrial pill dispenser, but it has all these slide out trays, and it's going to be perfect for nuts and bolts and random loose hardware. And it was $100, and I'd love a Lista cabinet or something like that they would use in the car plants, but even the cheap ones are $300, $400, $500. So this gave me an opportunity to buy something I needed that should work out pretty well, and it was inexpensive. So Doug, professional wrestlers yawn. I want to watch Olympic wrestling, Greco-Roman. Well, you want to watch half naked guys, you do whatever you want. Okay, so I have gotten the go ahead from the mom's parental unit. Her name for Stone Cold Steve Austin was Jean Boy because he always wore jean shorts. That was her name for Stone Cold Steve Austin. More than likely, her friends are watching this too because I'm lucky enough to have my mom and several of her wine ladies. They play cards, talk about things, and go to concerts and have sips of wine. Pinky's out. Yeah, she called him Jean Boy. So she was very happy that I met Goldberg, and Lauren did as well. So, oh my God, I'm 6 foot, and you look taller than me at the M1 pick last year. Yeah, I on a good day in the morning, I'm taller, but with a spinal compression, the 7 discs in my back that are basically fractured in half or squeezed. So I'm 6 foot on a good day, maybe 6.5 with shoes. I did not see Bay City Rollers, but I did see stuff, and they had a lot of stuff in there I really wanted, like Bridgeports and all kinds of used industrial equipment. But I had money for one thing, kind of, sort of. So that's the one thing we got. Brackets never worked. Brackets where I race, you dial your number your own time. Oh, slow. My number would be slow. Duxer, by you watching Half Naked Guys to 6%. No, I did when I was a teenager, which probably makes it even weirder, but that's a whole other thing for. At least there's plausible deniability with pro wrestling. It's the college guys and high school guys that are no, not going there. There's no buts. There's no BUTs or BUTTs. No buts. Oh, yeah, Roadkill was a ton of fun. Definitely will want to park the car there next year, but they wanted 150 or 160 bucks to park the car there, and I just couldn't do it. So that was a no this time. Hopefully I will have everything I need set up next year for LLC and some other stuff so I can write some of these different things off, which would greatly help. Dougster, teenage 6%, watching sweaty half naked guys with his mom. I don't know what to tell you, Doug. Don't know what to tell you. I'm sorry. So my Nissan X-Trail clutch replacement has beaten me. I'm going to pay some poor bastard to do it. Well, I'm sorry you did not win that one this Limo. I'm very sorry for you. Well, see, I done growed up in the South. I done growed it up on WCW. That the Rose would say. You have to speak with a lisp. Even though I say have a lisp, you do have to say things with a lisp. Like I'm trying to drone catfish sequence. It's easy enough to do. It's WCW. That's not W. That's W with a D. WCW. That's wrestling. I know. Now that I probably lost everyone with my stupidity, what's up, guys? Anything else you'd like to know? Fun stuff, kind of a loose evening. Oh, I did get a hat. I had to break down and get one of those cool guy hats that everybody has. So now when I'm in the pits at a race, my neck doesn't get burned. There's a new sheriff in town. That's nice, isn't it? Some quality right there. So, yeah, I got a Mickey Thompson hat. Mickey Thompson was there. Probably having large numbers of their tires destroyed by the drift event. The drift event was neat. They beat the ever-living bejesus out of those cars for a very long time and just destroyed the tires. Got to watch Finnegan and Freiberg cut up a Dodge Ram pickup. They were basically like the vet cart. They were trying to squeeze it and squeeze all the weight off of it and get the numbers down. So they were literally just hacking pieces and bits and parts off of it. So it was a very, very rusty, like a 99 Ram. So it was no great loss. I'm assuming Doug is crying right now, but it was not. It was nice by Michigan standards, but Michigan has its own set of standards. Boo on the Dodge. Well, okay. So Never Duck's also crying. It's fine. It's fine. It didn't. It's gonna live on. They'll probably do something dumber with it. It's now a famous rusted pilot Dodge. Doug's saying, Lady Duckster Super Beetle now runs and drives. Come on, golf clap for Duckster. However, Breakmaster Cylinder has left the chat, and so no stopping or charge. That's air cooled. Just dump the clutch; it'll stop. If you have a vehicle with a stick shift, brakes are kind of sort of optional. Not 100% optional, but you don't have to have them all the time. Okay, link is up. We are good. All right. Yeah, I'm just kind of a crazy ass week. had to order a part for the Chambler because of all the stuff that happened last weekend, not this weekend, but the weekend before. And it's going to be a mad dash to me and get the part tomorrow because I need to get it in the car so I go drive on Woodward, which is basically a really fancy traffic jam with a lot of very nice cars. It looks like I have an invite to park the car on Woodward, so hopefully that holds out. I'll probably find out more about that towards the end of the week, but the car needs to be there. I'm disappointed I didn't get to take it to Roadkill, but it would have just been in some offsite parking lot in downtown Pontiac, so no great shakes. And I got this cool Dodge shirt. The lady took pity on me because I couldn't do the thrill rides, but I did get a fancy shirt out of just, hanging out. Max, lay your big red head down. Okay, come on. You're fine. You're fine. You're fine, big boy. I'm my baby. My giant baby. Hello, giant boy. Yeah, there's a lot of snoot. My mom's dog is, I don't think she's as long as his face. There's one little poodle Shih Tzu mixes. I call her Shit Poo. Hey, Shit Poo. It probably makes no sense to anybody but me, and my mom was likely watching, so again, hi, Mom. Does anybody have any questions? Anything you'd like to know? Cars? Oh, I did film last week. I was able to finally work it out, and I was able to get into the Detroit Historical Society. They have an offsite museum where they store all the excess stuff in the museum. This is David Tracy from the Autopian just did one. Haggerty just did a coverage on it, and they're more extensive than I had time for, but they have staff, and the Haggerty video, I think, it's at like 6 million views. So it's a very neat place to get access to. They don't let just anybody in there, so I felt very privileged to go ahead and do it. And it was my friend Dave. I'm happy to call a friend. I was able to meet him at Autorama. Dougster, Dave had that giant Chrysler, that black wagon that you guys liked. Hey, Lauren, what's happening? Dougster, I would cruise Woodward, but I will be in Joliet, Illinois for the Blues Brothers Con at Old Joliet Prison. I'm stoked. Nice. Are you going to wear the suit and the hat and everything, Doug? You got to go. If you're going, go all out. Dan Aykroyd and Jim Belushi are headlining. Oh, look at you getting all fancy. Never duck. So I was looking at some cars for everyone for the Lemons Rally, but what about one of them short limos? We're kind of a mixed bag of who knows what. Hopefully we'll, Dougster, Alex, and I will be able to talk when we're at No Name, and it'll hopefully give us some time to actually sit down and talk about it. I'm excited. It's probably going to be whatever, like the dumber the vehicle, I think the more points you get if I'm understanding the rules correctly. So there's definitely a factor of stupid, not dangerous, like goofy, still runs, can make it something cool or do something stupid as a group. So like the Fun Police or something stupid would be cool. Dougster's not getting suited up. Doug, come on, man. Come on, Dougster. Lauren, when can Shitboo be the special guest on the show? Probably never. No, she wasn't. She might not have been on the live stream, the one that I was at my mom's helping her clean out the basement. I don't remember if Shitboo was on there or not. She's tiny. You can't miss her. She's like this big. Squeaks real loud. It's like a angry, well-groomed rat. So, hey, Doug, if the Beetle battery under the back seat, they can earth out on seat springs and burn. So I guess if your battery is under the rear seat, Dougster, take a look. Oh, excuse me. It's a long week. It's only Monday, but last week, it's been crazy trying to get the car together in the right direction and planning for the events and doing stuff, and just been nuts. Good nuts, but nuts. And then filming the shop tour on last Thursday, And those, it's a solid couple hours. It was extremely neat to see all of the stuff. They had a ton of car stuff. I actually got to see some old prints from the early 1910s, and we actually got to do kind of a post-mortem where we got to see the prints and the vehicle that they made with the prints. A lot of really neat stuff. They just received the entire Stroh's beer and ice cream collection. So all the print media, all the video, everything. So they're cataloging that. They have a ton of really neat stuff, and it was just extremely cool to see it. Bat under seat is proper spot, so no bottom current installed. Bottom seat not currently installed. The local tent awning company can't get that much black canvas to make me. Oh, Doug, come on. Hey, you're a fine-looking man, and I do appreciate you trying to take care of yourself, which is very important. I'm currently trying to get Mr. Potato Head to relax. So, started celery today, plus run other 2 lines. Everything was broke. Sorry. Probably lost 5 pounds today. Oh yeah, Neverboard. Correct me if I'm wrong. You're the maintenance supervisor at a food processing plant or a vegetable processing plant here in Michigan. That man makes a lot of salad. I would have said dough, but I don't think they do bread there. So. Yeah, I think this is probably Neverboard's least favorite part of the year because he probably gets slammed with. Hi, Max. Main's refrigeration man. Oh, not just your dual role, my friend. That's 2, twice the Neverboard. Oh, that'd be Neverboard and Never Duck. Nice. Yeah, M1 is where they held the Roadkill event this year. I was not able to go to. Apparently they held everything at the same time, which would be next weekend or this coming weekend, which is Woodward. And I guess they've broken out the events. And Sick Week or Sick Mag's event was a burnout contest, which was Friday night, and then Roadkill was Saturday. And I could not afford to do both nights. Excuse me. So I'll probably try to do both next year, but it's neat. A lot of cool stuff. M1 Concourse, which is in Pontiac. It's a very cool track. Neverboard Plus do maintenance projects and every other department that can't do shit on their own. You are the Mr. Fix-It Man. Doctors, we are set to make 725,000 pounds of tasty tortilla chips this week. That is a lot of freaking chips. I wonder how many potatoes that actually is. Like half of the potato maybe goes into a chip, or well, you might. Doug will probably know these numbers. So, like how much of the potatoes actually used in a chip? Does it matter if they de-skin them? Do you have some chips with skin? Do you have some, the dumb, pointless things to 90% of the population are what does it for me. Where are you at there, Dougster? Neverboard is asking. Okay, the link is pinned, so anyone who feels like jumping on in, please do so. Oh, sorry, getting text. My mom texted me. Hi, Mom. I know, Doug, but I wasn't. I know that I do understand that tortillas are made from corn, but since you work in chips and chip accessories, I was wondering how much of a potato actually is used to make a chip. Potato chip. I'm assuming they just shred the corn, the kernels off and throw everything else away for the corn. Oh, that's right. Doug is fighting Big Chip, so he doesn't want to admit or say where he currently is chipping. So it's a hush hush on the QT. So we're careful. We don't want anybody. We don't want Big Chip coming after Doug because that's not cool. Oh, all you do is tortilla chips. Okay, I'm sorry, I didn't pick up on that last week. Well, next time I see you, feel free to bring some tortillas. You're gonna bring me something anyway, so I'll let me know and I'll have something to trade you. Yes, all he does is tortilla and tortilla accessories. Or let me channel my inner Dan. Tortilla and tortilla accessories. Yeah, that's right. I said it. I did. That's his ear. His ear is basically the size of my hand minus the tip of my finger. So I'm not flicking you off. The dog's ear is from the bottom of my hand to the right there. He's a good boy. He's a good old boy. He got a clean bill of health from the vet last month, which was great. His back legs aren't really doing back leg things that well anymore, but of all the things that could be happening, that's minor. We'll work with it. Never board 80-90%. Steam, peel it, cut it, sort it. Done. Okay, so now we're gonna have dual, and if we had Dan here, then we'd have triple produce and produce accessory guys. Just we could have a produce live stream. That could be probably more boring to anybody with me, but I'd watch it. Yeah, Max is a good boy. He's a horse. He's my good little horse. More jalapeno ranch dip. No, I'm good, Doug. I can only pawn so much of that crap off of my friends and neighbors, so I'm good with that. I do appreciate the thought, but I'm fine with jalapenos. The ranch part is no. I'm not a ranch person. I wouldn't mind having a ranch, but there wouldn't be ranch on my ranch. Hi, Max. What's going on? You having trouble? Is Timmy in the well? Look at those teeth. Look at them big old teeth. See that? If you didn't know this dog and you came into my house and it was dark, you would be scared shitless. He's just a giant baby, though. Just don't try to take my shit, or he actually does get funny. In a nice way. Now, where we process carrots for inmates. That's a lot of pointless, non-live stream friendly questions with that one. There, board. Just gonna leave that one there. Just gonna leave it. Yep, leave it right where it just set at the corner. It's good. So, any other things anybody would like to know about myself, the dog, the channel, fun stuff coming up? Anything in general, please feel free to ask. Max is very mellow. Most of the time he's pretty relaxed. He's gotten more relaxed in his old age. He's always been pretty friendly. Fiona was I miss Fiona. I miss Emma too, which you guys probably never saw in the video, but Fiona thought everybody was her best friend. Literally, there was nobody that Fiona didn't know. She was right up there like, "Are we doing something? What are we doing? Are you gonna pet me? You gonna feed me? Hey, what's happening? I like you. I like you. Will you pet me? I like you." Max is marginally more selective. He's a giant boy. Let's see. Yeah, I do miss Goofy Fiona. She was my first Doberman, and as large as Max is almost 4 feet tall and about solid 80 pounds, which her Doberman is large. And for him to only have some muscle issues really at this point is extremely impressive, because he's way bigger than he should be. And the bigger they are, the shorter they last. And he was a puppy mill dog, but he's doing fine. I really didn't think he'd make it more than a month without Fiona, because he's never was an only dog. But he's been doing fine. He's a little grumpy. What you can do? He's old. He goes out in the backyard and barks at the neighbor dogs like, "Get off my lawn!" Roar, roar, roar. Any secret car reveals at the event? Not that I saw. They had the big YouTuber influencer race, and I don't know if we simply didn't know how to get to wherever they had them, or if we didn't have access to it from our general admission thing. but I did not see the cars. I only ran into them here and there. I think they were off in the paddock area, which was a lot of private residences and some other stuff set up that I don't think we had access to because we didn't buy the high zoo package. We didn't have the money for it. So, car wise, no. I mean, a couple of neat, random cars and fun stuff, but nothing too crazy. You guys, sir, I can jump on a little bit, recording parts of Puddle. Oh, Puddle Man. Oh man, that means Dan will appear. You start singing a goofy song, Dan will appear. Oh my God! I gave my dog's baby carrot as a treat after I gave one insulin shot. I have not had to do that, and God forbid, I hope I never have to, because I wasn't a fan of having to stick myself when I was deeply diabetic with all the steroids and everything after transplants. I would not want to have to stick a needle into boy. A close friend of mine has an English Mastiff. He is pushing 10 human years old. Extra innings for a large breed dog. He's 165. And basically, there's more to it than this, but a Greyhound and a Rottweiler, you get a Doberman because you basically get the coloring and some of the muscle structure of the Rottweiler, but you get the body structure and the speediness of the Great Dane or the Dalmatian. It's been a long day of the Dalmatian because they're known for speed. Yeah, how about a? Good Lord, hold on. Maybe this will reset my brain. Of the Greyhound. So he's just my big bone Greyhound, but they're not normally like the Warsteiner. My friend had one, and he made Max look small. Like he was Dane sized, and he was 120 pounds. He was he looked like a bodybuilder dog. I think that their board's got to take off. He's got to get his little one off the bed. I'd greatly appreciate you jumping in, my friend. Thank you so much. Hope to see you next week. You're always welcome back, of course. So, see any more fun, goofy stuff here? I saw the Rolls-Royce panel truck on BRG video. Yeah, unfortunately did not get a chance to meet him. Like I said, I couldn't get a hold of him, and I wasn't able to go to the event that he was at Friday. And I don't think, or at least I couldn't find him on Saturday. So I don't know if they already left and headed back home or not. But unfortunately, I did not get to see him. I did get to see him at our Power Tour in Ohio, which was cool. Doctor, how does the Rottweiler catch the Greyhound to mate? Oh, here we go. It's dad joke time. Hey, slow down for a minute, Speedy. This is when we need the slide whistle, guys. So you got to save those jokes for when new guy's guitar is actually on panel, Doug. So my tech head neighbor is going to show me how to run my phone through a TV screen so I can jump on the live streams. Might need 180 screen rotation. Well, you're always welcome, my friend. And almost everybody else, it's half and half with vertical or horizontal. And YouTube is really pushing the vertical integration stuff. So I had planned on trying to do a vertical live stream at Roadkill Nights, but there was just too much going on, and there was too much other stuff, and I would not have been able to get a good vantage point, and I would have just ended up blocking people's view, and I just didn't want to do it. There's too much going on. But there will be one soon. Hopefully I'll have a chance to do them Saturday with the coverage of, I plan to live stream, relax, Max, Woodward. So hopefully that works out. We will see how that goes. Should be fun. If for those who don't know, the Woodward Dream Cruise is a street that goes through basically from Detroit to Pontiac. It's called Woodward, and it was a cruise and drag race spot for a long time, like when my mom was very young. And now it's every year. It's basically a month long because it basically goes for a month now. Whether they say it does or not, there's only one official weekend, but they run it all the time pretty much. It's basically that you get your old cars out and drive about a 6-mile loop and just have fun and do goofy shit. Basically a gigantic driving car show. Greyhound or Whippet? No, Greyhound. Whippets are fat. I had a Whippet Beagle mix named Mickey, and she's quick, but just the sheer mass and structure and speed of a Greyhound, I don't think a Whippet would compete. Old Max, Greyhound is a bus, Whippet is a motorcycle, so Whippet is faster. Well, no, he means Whippet the dog. A Whippet is have you ever heard of an Italian Greyhound, which is like a Greyhound that's about this big? Well, a Whippet is along the same appearance and lines, and they were, I believe, I might be wrong on this exactly, but they were used to hunt foxes and small animals in tunnels in Europe. I think that was part of it, and they would just speed little things, go in there and take care of business. Okay. I do apologize. I'm a little tired tonight. It's been a crazy couple of weeks. I'm trying to get everything ready. Got some videos to get in the pipe. Hopefully this Friday will be Lauren tearing down the engine for my Honda, the stock one that came with the Honda, all 55 cubic inches of awesome. So that'll be entertaining, and that should be out. And then the next one that will be out will be the shop tour with Ron Finch. I've been trying very hard to get that together, but that video has got to be perfect. So I'm unhappy with the results from the genuine one. I really feel bad that video was not done better. I've changed a bunch of things with it, and the title, thumbnails, and stuff, and it's not doing what I want. I feel bad when I don't want my stuff to underperform, but when someone's giving me their time and effort, I expect to put as much in as possible to make that at least a good, successful video, at least for my channel, and I'm disappointed in myself that it's not worked out better. Dachshunds were bred to hunt badgers in their tunnels. Brave little guys. Yeah, well, they're also cranky little fucking dogs, too. They're mildly psychotic, too. I've had a couple friends with them, and they're more likely to bite you than Big Goofus here. I've seen a Whippet race my neighbors and my dog once. Funny as hell. He loved to show off. Yeah, the mixed breed, the Beagle and I can't remember if she's a Whippet or Italian Greyhound. She might have been an Italian Greyhound, but that right basic size. Think of a dinky Greyhound, like a quarter scale Greyhound, but with Beagle coloring, and that's what she looked like. She was speedy. She used to get out, and my mom's friend had a Lapsu and couldn't. I mean, like 8 dog links on her. She just run and go like, "Ha! You can catch me. You can catch me." Corgi dogs are the world's lowrider in canine form. Yeah, they're out there. That's a whole nother. They're cute dogs, but man, they have a vicious streak too. Not a fan. Too much goddamn hair. Way too much. I mean, I always liked shepherds, and we had them here and there when I was a kid, but it's just like when I first had my first house in like 0304. It's an awesome dog, but just it was tumbleweeds of hair every day. There's no way to keep up with it. Good old Max is pretty low maintenance in terms of hair. This is here, by the way. New guys guitar. I'll be hopping on. I'll hopefully be uploading a few more music. Yeah, I'm gonna start this one over because apparently I know. I'm sorry, I can't speak, buddy. I'll hopefully be uploading a few more this week. So new music coming from New Guys Guitar. Thank you, Tom. I do like it. All the music I use in my videos for the last year and a half now has been from Tom, New Guys Guitar. And if you need music and you don't want to worry about copyright issues, get a hold of him, email him, and say, "Hey, I want to use this." And as long as you list him in at least the description, and I always try to put his logo in my thumbnail or in my video in the outro, at least at minimum, and in the description, and you can use the music for free, which is pretty damn cool. So I'm trying to zip around here real quick. We did get confirmation that Pickle is alive. He's still somewhere off looking for his lunch lady, but Pickle is alive, so that is good. We do want a live Pickle. Nobody wants a dead Pickle. Throw that out there now. Nobody wants a dead Pickle. So this, it pops up there, is the link to New Guys Guitars YouTube channel. If you'd like some music, you don't have to worry about ever being having a copyright strike. Please go ahead and get a hold of him. He's got, I want to say, about 12 songs out there right now, that at least that I use. He's probably got more than that, and I just haven't talked about it in a while. But it's music you can use in your videos, and as long as you credit him, you don't have to worry about it. And that's become a bigger and bigger issue with YouTube as they keep changing all the rules. So I'm actually kind of expecting to get some strikes in the next couple of years, simply because songs I used when I first started making videos, if they go out of the music library, the YouTube library, and they can be strict, I can have a strike on them from, even though I used them from YouTube's library of music. It's available. It's supposed to be free to use. If the artist takes it off, you can get gigged. It's kind of weird. I understand, but at a certain point, if you've already signed it off, it shouldn't be a thing. It's anything forward, yeah. But if the video was made 3 years ago, there's nothing I can do about it. When I did it, it was free to use through the system, so don't want to tell you on that one. Yes, definitely give Tom a holler if you see anything on his art or his. Sorry, apparently I'm tired today. If you see anything that you like on his music, give him a holler. If it's original stuff, you can use it. Just let him know what you're doing and credit him for it. Okay, yep, link is still up. Link to Tom's stuff is there, so you guys are not required to do so, guys and girls, but you are always welcome to jump in. And Shenanigans with friends is always fun. If there's anything else you'd like to know about Roadkill, please feel free to let me know, and I'll tell you whatever I know. It was a fun event. If you're ever at a car show and they have Sick the Mags or Sick Pizza, because he's got a mag. Tom Bailey, the guy who does Sick Week, is Sick Week, Sick Ward. Then there's one or two other things, and Sick the Magazine, and now they have their own pizza company. And they actually had a pizza truck out there, and it's Detroit style pizza, which is the thick crust, basically like thick crust pan pizza, but not quite. It's a Detroit thing. I don't really know how to explain it, but pizza was very good. Yeah, Doug, there's actually a lot more M1, even though it's never would be the, well, McDonald. There's actually a lot more to M1 other than just the area that we parked. Basically, where we stood in that big bowl when we all met last year for the Michigan YouTuber meetup thing. That's basically where they were doing all the drift stuff with the Chargers and Challengers. So it was pretty neat. But yeah, it was the amount of rubber in some of those corners. I mean, if they could have made a whole, like a solid tire, if they'd molded all the rubber back together. It was lots of rubber. Let's put it back over here, back over there. Put over here. Lots of here. I'm looking for stuff real quick here. Nice. All right, so might be kind of a short one tonight. I don't have a ton of cool stuff to tell you guys. I got the tool card. Well, I can pull a picture of that. I haven't loaded them from my phone yet. So basically, let me see if I can get this in the view. So that's a 66 inches tall, 31 inches wide, and 20 inches deep. And it's 2 layers of like 12-inch wide, or no, probably 10-inch wide trays with a bunch of little individual little cups on it. So there's 160 of these little cups, and it's basically going to give me a ton of space for nuts and bolts. Everything comes out. The cart's on 4 wheels and spins real easy, so I can slam it in the back. And I've got 6 of those large black and yellow Home Depot plastic bins. You know, you just stuff junk in, and 70% of that's hardware. So I'm gonna be able to put all that and a lot more into it, and it'll give me a place to store stuff. And if I can also put stuff in the bottom, make a shelf, make something where I can put bigger parts and have it move around. So I think it's gonna be pretty good. And it was all of $100. The biggest thing was just driving up to Bay City, which is roughly 2 hours there and back, or 2 hours up and 2 hours back. It was a fun trip. It was nice to go. I haven't been anywhere, and I'm almost always driving, so it was nice. Lauren took us in her van because that would not have fit in anything else I have. Even if the Cherokee wasn't in death wobble country, it would not have fit. But for $100, I think it's gonna give me a pretty good way to store bolts and miscellaneous stuff. Boys hitting a little Sunday night, so gotta keep an eye on the boy. So there will be more Honda stuff coming out sooner than later. More Chandler stuff. Got to get that prepped. Got to do a bunch of stuff to get it ready for No Name, but that'll be after. I got a couple other events to go to, including Woodward this Saturday. So this thing's got to be running better. Got a nice 3-core all brass and copper radiator, so that should make a huge difference. It's still going to take more stuff, but car's got to be running right because I have a very, very long drive ahead of me to go to Missouri. It's not that far away. Excuse me. Hey, Van Life, thanks for jumping in. Yeah, you're fine, Bubba. You're fine, Mr. Boy. So much face. So much face. Yeah, there were quite a lot of neat cars there at the event. Didn't get to see a ton of drag racing. Got to see some. I scratched myself up there pretty good. But lots of neat stuff. Lots of kind of stuff ran the gamut. So it's definitely, if you're ever in Michigan for any of the Woodward or any of the stuff right now, it's well worth your time. And like Woodward especially, it's a couple million people over a weekend, and God, at least 100,000 cars. I mean, it's nuts. It's almost hard to navigate it at this point. Like if you ever come to Woodward or you ever come here for the Woodward cruise, and you actually want to move and see stuff, stay on the inside lanes. If you're on the outside, that's where people watches and everybody tries to get you to do burnouts. If you want to drive and actually see things, stay in the inside lane, and you can hit the Michigan lefts and keep turning around and keep having fun. Yeah, he is a lucky dog. He's my good boy. Yeah, this is my last Doberman. This is Max, and he'll be 12 this year. So he's a big boy. He's almost 4 feet tall and about 80 pounds. So he's big for a Doberman, and he's still hanging in there. His back legs are giving him trouble here and there, but he's a good boy. Congratulations on your dog there, my friend. It's basically, he thinks he's a lap dog. You can't see it, but he's basically got his head to his neck. So his neck is here. The bottom of his neck is no. It's demonstration time, Max. So his face stops here. So it's 18 inches of face on my thigh. It's good times. Oh, is there anything anybody'd like to know? I hate to be so kind of boring, but it's kind of been a weird. No, it's been fun. Like, it was neat to see. I got to see one of the when I went to do the Detroit Historical Society tour at their offsite facility. I got to see one of the first 3 prototypes of the '88, if I remember correctly, Pontiac Firebird Camaro. The ASC actually did them. GM didn't do them in house. They farmed them out. And they made Camaros for a long time, but they finally had to do a proof of concept for the Firebirds because GM's weird about stuff. So I got to see that. That was pretty neat. Got to see an old Studebaker fire truck. It actually was just a people carrier. So the areas it was in was nice enough to actually have something to just transport the people. The Scripps Booth AutoGo, which is a 22-foot long, 3,000-pound motorcycle with a V8 engine and outriggers. So I got a lot of neat stuff on that. That's going to be kind of one of the highlights of the video when it comes out, probably at least a month. Lots of neat stuff. Motown memorabilia and a bunch of stuff I couldn't put on camera that they have in the back, but it was very neat to kind of get shown around something that nobody sees. This is stuff that they either rotate through the museum, have on loan between facilities, and some of it they can't. I think you believe that Dave said they typical museum displays 10% or less of their inventory of items, so they have to have a lot of storage. Family saying I have a Texas Healer with an Australian cattle dog and an Australian Shepherd hybrid. Good Lord. That has to be one extremely busy dog. And my Harley is 1,500 pounds. That's heavy enough. Yeah, this is another layer. Let me see if I can find a picture of this thing real quick. And a picture will not do this thing justice. Yeah, it's these Scripps Booth Biotigo, and nothing, no photo of this thing will do it justice for how big it actually is. This thing is friggin' huge. Let's see here. No, you probably not be able to see that. Sorry, I'm trying to find a decent photo of it with some perspective, and it's gonna be kind of hard because this thing is freaking enormous. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna find one, unfortunately. I'm gonna be able to find some pictures, but not something with scale. Well, you'll get some scale when the video comes out. Get your bullshit out of my face. Sorry. Not you. This. Not him. So let me present this real quick. Yeah, so this is the Scripps Booth Biotigo, and it has the little white wheels on the bottom here, actually outriggers. It's a V8. The copper here is actually the radiator. All that tubing was hand formed to make the radiator. It's like wagon wheel. The thing is enormous. V8 powered, 3 seats, one wheel in the back, one wheel in the front, and it puts those outrigger wheels out when it's stationary, and then once you get going, you retract them. The thing is freaking huge. Effectively, it was a design concept, if nothing else. But it does not do it justice. Like when you're standing next to it, it's like standing next to a full size truck, extended cab, long bed, full size truck. Oh, we got a new guy, Edge. What's up, Tom?
Hello, everybody.
Hello, slide whistle, man.
I don't even know where it is right now.
You're fine. If Dougster doesn't make any more dad jokes, I think we're slide whistle safe for the time being.
All right, well, that's good. Because I'm slide whistleless for right this second.
You're all slide whistled out?
Apparently. I think one of the kids stole it.
It happens. Yeah, okay. Yeah, apparently I'm pet dog. I'm hanging out. Had crazy 2 weeks. Lots of fun. Just went and drove 4 hours a day to get something for the garage. So, it's been one of those kind of crazy ass days.
Oh, nice.
So van life, his dog is a handful, but super smart. I tell people I would let her balance my checkbook if I trusted her. I can tell her to stay in Lowe's by registers and go shopping and come back, and she's there. That's nice. The lack of thumbs really makes it hard to write the checks. So I think that's your real main disconnect. If you could glue a thumb on her, it'd be golden.
We just have some sort of bark code, right?
Yeah.
Like just
or just run right with her mouth. There you go. Yeah, that could work.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Or like a chip in the head, like credit card chip. You just boop.
Hold on, where's your credit card? Hold on, I gotta pick up the dog and put her through the barcode reader. Shit's not working, damn it.
That would like freak out cashiers, right? And be like,
yeah.
Nope. See, my dog pays for everything. Yeah. I'm the pet in this situation.
Yeah, just scan his forehead. It'll come up with the card. Just swipe his head. Sorry, my dog does not carry cash. It has to be credit card only. So what's going on with you there, Tom? How's life been treating you?
Pretty good. Pretty good. Just put out that song. So everybody go check out We Broke the Fuck Down on my channel.
Did you put it out and then pull it back?
No, I was trying to figure out how to do premieres, right? So
Okay.
I did a premiere thing, and then all of a sudden it said, like right after the video downloaded, it said that it was premiering. So then I stopped that because I was like, no, I want it to premiere tomorrow. So then I figured that out.
Yeah, because I went to watch it and it was like, this video's been retracted by the publisher. I'm like, oh, okay. I guess it wasn't ready. You hadn't finished baking yet.
No, it was all done. I just wanted to hold it off for another day. Just so then, like, people will get a better notification and maybe more people would show up. Oh, and I was watching the whole time. Like, I was sitting there like, man, it's only me here. Because it said there was one person waiting up until like 5 seconds left of the song. Then all of a sudden there was 9 people. And I was like, I don't see any comments. Then Dan's like, you missed it. Like, no, I was there. What? I must have been in like the comment chats and not the live chat.
It is, premiering video is weird because it's like you feel like, does nobody like me anymore? And it's like, please talk to me, for the love of God, talk to me.
Well, I mean, I was cool. I didn't, like, whatever. I was still there watching it. But it was just like people were there and I could have interacted with them. That's what I'm sad about.
Yeah, Van Life liked the song. I did not know that it re-premiered, otherwise I would have tried to be there. I get weird notifications of stuff. Like channels I haven't watched a video on in a year, I still get notifications for that. But stuff that are my friends, I know them, I do stuff with them, don't see shit. It's random if ever that I know that anything's coming up.
Yeah, for the first time ever, your live stream popped up right before it was about to start today.
Oh, holy shit.
That's the first time that's ever happened. Like, wow.
Well, I think that's because not to toot my own horn, but I've been accepted into the YouTube creator thing, and I got a free pizza out of it, which I have to redeem. So YouTube got me. I got set up for a small free Domino's pizza. So things are looking up. Yeah, you're the dog is looking up currently. So
I thought they couldn't do that.
Him, the dog, or YouTube?
Dogs.
No, he looked up. Max was going, where's you guys? No, he's not going to, of course. Max?
Yeah, you haven't heard that? Like an old wives' tale.
Oh, they can't look up?
Yeah.
He seems not to have too much trouble doing it. I've never heard that one. Yeah, weird notifications for weird guys. And Juan is here. What's happening, Juan? It happens, Juan.
Yeah, and then hopefully this week I'll be putting out a couple more just riffs, like full like bass and drums and more stuff people can use for their YouTube channels. And then I'm in the process of recording Puddle Man right now. And then after that it'll be Ode to Couch.
Hey, we did get proof of life that Pickle does still exist in Discord, so that's something. At least we know Pickle is not floated away and his island has not sunk.
He's not become too briny.
No. He did not re-drop into the brine from which he came. He's not, they didn't put the cap back on him. He's still free.
He's a free pickle in a secluded island.
You gotta go, bud. You're fine. Oh, large dog problems. Ugh. So how's the terminating business going?
It's going pretty good. I guess I'm making the company lots of money, so that's always a plus.
Oh, can you hear me, Tom? Because you're breaking up real bad. Is he breaking up for everybody else, or is it just me?
I can hear you just fine. I don't know.
Yeah, because you're frozen and you're like 4,000 for you're like did.
Weird.
You sound like Dan normally does right before he Titanics.
I got 47%.
Just me. Okay, I'm gonna. This is probably gonna be stupid, so hopefully I'm back in a second.
Okay. Just me then. So what's up, everybody? If you haven't heard, go to my channel. Check out We Broke the Fuck Down. That is chronicling of me and New Guy's Garage failed trip to No Name Nationals. Both are good. Yeah, he was good on my end. Like, I didn't notice anything. I'm not like breaking up or anything. Y'all can see.
It might be on my end. I think I might be having some internet issues. So as long as everybody can hear us, we're good. If anything comes up, let me know. But I think I just got a weird notice on StreamYard and it went away before I could read it. So
Juan said you were fine.
he's looking. Wait a minute. What one? I must have missed something. He's looking for a pickle, probably.
Had to leave.
Or a pick ill. It's a pick ill. Sorry. Do not want to misread the words of our friend Juan.
Yes, that could be tragic.
Worked for a huge, man, like I said, he works for a huge company. So I've worked for pretty big companies. I've always liked working for small ones or smaller ones because you tend to not get lost in the shuffle as much if you actually do give a shit. Tom trolling Dan with music. Well, yeah, that's kind of the relationship they have.
That's what I got to troll people with, okay?
Yeah. And Dan does like the trolls, so, there is that.
Yeah, he's got a whole song.
That is true. He is a man of many trolls.
Legend of Eldano.
Yeah, we broke the fuck down. Hopefully you guys aren't singing that song when I go to pick your ass up at the airport and No Name.
That would have to be a different song if we flew there and it broke down. The plane broke the fuck down. Hopefully not. This is my first time.
No, I meant my car, not you crashing in a plane. Oh. That was not where I was going with that comment. And Tom, you said you were making them money. It's good to be noticed with a small company. Some van life. Damn song, lot of weight.
You saying it's got to be a heavy metal song?
I think he's talking about a different kind of heavy, but yeah, I could see headbanging Dan like. Oh yeah, there's a new sheriff in downtown.
Oh Lord.
Yep.
That kind of looks like the Will Ferrell hat.
Yeah, it was. Everybody's wearing these now when you go to these events. And actually, I had to pick one up because I get burned like a motherfucker in the Chandler, so I need something to protect my neck. So it's easier to wear one of these. So it's got Mickey Thompson written all over it. That's nice. They make some nice tires.
Nice tires. Hats.
You know how fast you're going on this live stream, boy?
I can shade my head with their hats and ride on tires.
Extremely heavy metal is what Juan's saying. Free candy is what Juan's saying. Am I missing something there, Juan? Or Van Life saying, sounds like a big Christmas bonus incoming. I assume it means you.
Yeah, we'll see. I work for a fairly bigger company. Like Terminex is slowly buying off everybody else.
Yeah, one termite killer to rule them all.
Yes, a monopoly of termite.
Is it a franchise, like owned, like a McDonald's kind of thing, or is it actually owned by the company or the corporation?
It's a corporation thing. Yeah, like everything I do, I have to because technically Terminex was bought out by a company called Roadkill. So for a while, we're going to be Terminex Roadkill, because the Roadkill company is known in the UK. That's the biggest UK pest control company. So, but they don't want to change Terminex because Terminex is well known in the United States. So they're going to roll with the Terminex Roadkill for a while.
You think you just squish them together, call it Termikill or Rent an X? That could have a whole other connotation. Rent your X. Hey.
But yeah, it's fairly big. Everything I do, I have to email corporate.
I'm saying Dan was Terminex. Don't think so. Fairly sure Dan's still alive. Could be managing some produce. You never know.
Yeah, he's probably hanging out with his little. I think he's got his daughter right now, so probably what he's doing.
Well, I don't expect anybody to jump on. You guys are always welcome, and I do appreciate it when you do swing by. It does make the night go by more fun and fast, because sitting here yabbering to myself does get a little old. I do that without, people around in the background. It doesn't make me feel so nuts because I'm talking to somebody at least. So, I'm saying the company I work for bid the job I'm working on for 158 million. No clue what the company is worth. Huge.
That's a fairly big chunk of change there.
It's big, which means they have to be large enough to do a job of that size, which means the company you work for is very massive. Because that's a lot of just logistics of getting all that stuff to where it needs to be, even if it's a multi-year project. That's nothing to seize at. It's a lot of upfront work.
A lot of moving parts.
Yes. Yeah, there are some accountants who probably never sleep at that company.
And there's probably some that sleep very well with money full or pockets.
Yeah, but those are the ones cashing the checks. Those are not the ones bouncing the books. Yes, there's probably several that sleep on large mattresses full of money, but those are not be the ones crunching the numbers.
I mean, accountants don't get paid bad money.
No, but I mean like mattress money, and there's some, there's some wiggle room. Money is no object. Well, it must be nice, because money is an object in my life every fucking day.
Oh yeah, I have 2 kids. They both eat a lot.
And I have 1 dog and no real source of real consistent income. What I've got is extremely awesome, and I love my part-time job. It's just it took me 4 months to find something I could put nuts and bolts in because I had a really, really tiny budget. So, these things happen. So, like saying I'm taken from them. Well, we all are to some extent. If you get paid by somebody, it's a trade for goods and services, or time and effort, depending on what you're actually physically doing. Oh. So did you guys fix your car issues you were having there? Or?
Nah, I think the issue is the car by now.
You gotta, if you're gonna have this many problems with cars, you might as well at least get something you like.
Well, yeah, it's hard for. I'm like still $5,000 into this one.
Once then I could sell you my red or sell him my red Jeep. Yeah, it's for you on $18,000, and it's friend prices. Oh, I don't doubt Van Life saying they throw hundreds of thousands around. It's like, well, yeah, I don't doubt it, but you probably, depending on how they are, you're not going to see so much of that, but they'll waste it on a lot of weird stuff. That's way more budget. I don't know if you're talking about your car or my car.
I don't remember. Like my car is just hopefully gonna be gone at some point. I'm sick of it. But the thing is, I don't necessarily need it. I have a vehicle I drive for work, so it's parked right out front.
Nice, you got a Terminator van.
It's a small truck.
So you have the tiny Terminator?
At some point, when I can afford to, I'm going to get rid of that thing and get something that's not going to break down every 2 seconds, because I'm sick of that.
Yeah. That does help. No, in all reality, my Jeep's worth about $13,000. And I can't sell it because I'll never find another one. So it's going to stay back there and get cleaned up, hopefully, before the winter gets through, so I can have it all nice and spruced up to park it again for 6 months. Whee! It's insured. It's all that matters right now. In case something happens, it has basically stationary insurance or storage insurance. I won't drive it in the shape it's in. It needs little things to be done, but it runs just fine. Tom, a Toyota. I think he means Tom, you need a Toyota.
I need just something that not break down every 2 miles. That's what I need.
You basically need a car that has been maintained fairly well by somebody that at least gave enough of a shit about what other random thing you're driving so that it doesn't fall apart on you. And some of the Japanese cars have a good reputation for that. Not much more than the American cars. It all depends on your budget. What would you want to drive if like nothing was an object, man? Like, what's the Tom guitar mobile?
I don't know. Probably like a full-size crew cab truck or something.
Nice. Big rig for the Tomster.
Yeah. I always have stuff I need to haul around and never enough space to do it.
Yeah, there's always random crap you have to haul around for Dan, I'm assuming. So.
Yeah, Dan, my parents.
Dan Life saying his buddy has a 2007 Honda Civic for $2,000 with 138,000 miles. Hard not to buy it for that price. No, realistically, yeah, as long as it's in decent enough shape, and I assume since you're out west, it should be not like buying a 2007 Honda anything here. They're pretty much toast.
Yeah, it's rust before it.
Transmission problem with van life. Well, if it's a manual transmission, you never have to worry about it. Yeah, being out van life's out west, and if it in all likelihood it's not going to be manual. But if that was a manual, I'd snap that sucker up in a heartbeat and just drive it till it died. Throw it away and get another one.
Be worth it. You'd probably get way more than $2,000 out of it.
Yeah, as long as you do basic maintenance to it, you should be just fine. CRV, not a Civic. CRV is 4-wheel drive. Oh, fancy. Yeah, well, I'm sorry. The CRV is the Civic loaded up and 4-wheel drive-ish. You could still get them in a manual. I don't know if you can now. I know you could before. Not good long term. That's what Juan's saying. It all depends, Monster. And I don't know if you're talking about the transmission or the Honda. I know it does car as well as that, let's say. So I think he means he knows that car line well. Excuse me.
We have a few Hondas back in his day.
I think that's what he's hemming and hawing at, so.
I've never owned a Honda.
CRV is not a sedan yet. No, the CRV is based off the sedan platform. And then it's loaded up to an SUV. It's a fake SUV. Everything. If it's not rear-wheel drive first, then it's not an SUV. It's a fun V or a car SUV. It's not. Well, I've never owned a Honda before the one in the garage. So now I own like a third of a Honda. I don't know if that actually still counts as a whole car. It's only about a third of it left. I'm going to make it stronger and faster and stupider.
We can rebuild it. We have the technology.
I can make it worse and yet cooler all at the same time.
But it might look a little weird.
It's going to look weird as fuck. It's going to be one of those things where you either love it or you hate it. There's going to be no in between. Like most of the shit I build. I love driving Chandler down. I'm the same height as every SUV. So I'll get a lot of people kind of zipping by and then backing up and looking again at the car, or I'll see a phone looking at it, at the window, and they'll buzz away. It's like nobody knows what the hell it is or what to think of it. Get a lot of thumbs up and a lot of meh. One saying, yeah, fake SUV for 2,000, well maintained would be okay. Yeah, no, within reason. Anything, if it's like it's even, at least for me, and I'm assuming it's the same in Minnesota, if you can find a rust-free car and get it to where you're at and get it cleaned up if it has mechanical trouble, you're still $5-6 grand out the door every day if you're selling them in rust country.
Yeah, it's pretty much the same over here.
Let's see. Somebody else saying I would have thought he would have wanted an ice cream truck. I don't know if he's talking about you or Juan.
Me? No.
2K doesn't buy anything these days. It's worth every penny. Oh, yeah, no. For just a solid commuter car if you treat it right, you get 250, 300,000 miles out of that thing if you do the basic stuff. If you do the standard non-Dan maintenance, like if you do the shit when you're supposed to do the shit, it'll run basically forever. It'll rot away in where we live long before it ever dies. Your level of tolerance for maintenance is down the drain 6%. What drain, Juan? Yeah, Tom wants one. Yeah, Tom wants a car that's not going to break down every 5 minutes.
Hey, if that's an ice cream truck, cool. If it's a limousine, sweet.
Whatever works.
If it's a dump truck, well, what the fuck?
There you go. Think of all the stuff you could haul with that. You have a side business.
Right? I'd almost have to.
Just for the gas. Yeah, van life saying 138,000 on 2007 is very little mileage. Yeah, no, that's realistically, that's a 16-year-old, no, 17-year-old car. That's not many miles. That's less than 10,000 a year. No, and the styling wasn't that bad. Not as bad as like the modern Hondas are a little way too Cadillac with that knife edge styling. Oh, everything's got a duct and a swoopy thing and some other bullshit. It's like, it's a car. It's not even a fun car. What you expect to buy is 6%. I expect to buy lots of shit, but I also know that $2,000 for something where I live is not going to get you a reliable car. Not without putting about $1,000 into it.
I bought a car for $6 grand and it's not reliable.
Buying older stuff, you kind of have to assume if you're going to do it, you need to be able to work on it to some extent, or have a brother who really likes cars and could use it for content on his channel. Sorry.
Oh yeah, but it's still like buying the shit is because I need another line for the other side of the brake line, right? That's another $75 I don't have.
The brake line blew?
Not blue, but it keeps seizing.
Ah.
And we replaced the one on the other side because the same thing happened. That seemed to fix it. Hasn't done it since. Now the other side's doing it. Now it like also weird noises, so I'm assuming something else like a lower control arm or something's got to be replaced on that too.
Can be. One saying, you know how to treat a car, but you buy used. Oh my, you would buy junk if you could. If you're talking to me one, I have a junk budget, so that's what I buy. And I can maintain most of the things I get to with it within a reason of all reality. So I was saying if Tom was in Oz, he would drive a Kingwood panel van side bin. Okay.
Yeah, I would do that.
Well, if you break down on a hot day, you can enjoy an ice cream while you wait. If you get the ice cream truck, that's true. And technically, you better sell all that shit right wherever it is you got to. You better have a fire sale because this shit's gonna melt by the time anybody gets there to help you. So.
Well, yeah, most ice cream trucks have generators in them.
Oh no, you got to say, hey, I was gonna die. I had to eat one, sell one, eat one, sell one. It was crazy. I don't know what happened.
It's life or death in the back of
Yeah.
the ice cream truck.
It was like 92 degrees. I was gonna die.
I was down to my last push pop.
SpongeBob ice cream was mocking me. I had to kill it.
It looked at me funny.
Ice Cube is gone if Dan is on it. I'm not sure where you're going with that one. I think something might be lost in the connection feed here. Dan would live in the freezer. Do you see Dan hanging out in freezers a lot?
I've never seen him in a freezer before, so I guess there's that.
Don't know what to tell you on that one. Not sure on that one. Something's definitely getting lost in translation, but or my understanding of what I'm reading. I do apologize if that is it. I cannot English today, for the love of God. Our weather's been great. It's been like 72 in the day and like 50 at night, which is awesome, but it just shoots my sinuses all berserk.
Yeah, I haven't been there yet, but I get it like 2-3 weeks after everybody else, so I'm sure soon.
To my best of my knowledge, I'm not allergic to anything. It just seems to be the pressure changes between the weather and the humidity. It just nails me. I want to say an ice cream. Sorry, can I get you a burger with fries too? If you're up, Wano, yeah, I'll take it. I'm fine with it. You want a burger and fries, Tom?
No,
I really want to.
I just had a steak, so.
Okay, so that's one burger and fries, Wano. Thank you. Simon, the Smashing Pumpkins ice cream truck is the film clip was cool. I have a budget for a non-existing budget. Well, that's true. My budget is I have to sell something to buy something, which sucks. Or actually, technically, I have to sell something to keep building the other something. Because I keep working on a green fucking car that I should have been done with 3 months ago and been spending all this time on the Honda. So the minute I get back from the Nationals, I'm going to have to put every freaking hour of my day into that stupid car. The Honda, not the chain boy. Either they'll be home and resting or it'll be on fire on the side of the highway somewhere. And like I say, another buddy of mine is going to get his sister's husband's 79 shovelhead that died up for sale. Money in that, Vinny bike. El Chevelo Hedo. Says it ran when parked, but been sitting for a few years. Everything ran when parked. That's good in theory, and as long as a bike should be much easier than a car to get, do the basic 4-stroke stuff and check the random things that need to be checked. Oh, excuse me. Interesting van life. It is.
I want to give
Yeah,
you.
apparently all the cool stuff's out there in van life land, where cars don't rust.
Really want a motorcycle.
Oh, come on. You got that one sitting in like junkyard's front lawn. All you have to do is drive several thousand miles to get it.
Yeah, and then try to find parts for it.
Yeah, well, potato. It's as long as you got a motorcycle frame, you can bolt whatever the hell shit you want to it. That's how. That's a cut. Make it. You just say it's a custom chopper.
That's true. Just tell them just frame.
But it's all you really need for a bike, and something has a VIN number on it. I could probably scoop it up for like $3,000, but I don't need another Harley. It sounds like a lack of commitment, van life. That sounds like you need several more Harleys and maybe a Kawasaki. Something to balance out, as a palate cleanser. Something that actually runs and doesn't leak all the time. Oh, McDonald, I missed the Northern Lights last night. Of course, they appeared after I went to bed. Saw 2 meteors last night and 1 tonight. Nice. I did not know we were doing the Northern Lights again. I'll have to see if they're down this way, but I don't think I'll be able to see too much of it. Because, see, I'm here. He's over here. And probably if he's watching, I'm going to say he's over here somewhere. So someone watching that knows where he lives is going to get all pissed because he's actually over here or here or here or here or here or here. So I'm here. And I was there. So it doesn't look like it's very far, but it's, 2-hour drive. Van life, I'd go for a Honda over a Kawasaki. Whichever crotch-based rocket or dirt-based bike you would like to get to.
I want a Honda VTX. One of them.
Is that one of the cruiser ones?
Yeah. It's a big bike for a big boy.
Yeah, you'd probably like the one Dougster's got. I can't remember what brand it is, but it's a 6-cylinder motorcycle. So it's a big ass motorcycle. That's what we need. We need to do a cover of Arlo Guthrie's Pickle song for Pickle. I don't want a pickle. Just trying to ride my motorcycle. They're both good. That's a nice pick, Tom. VDX. Apparently, Juan knows his motorcycles. I did not know Juan was a fan of the biker culture.
Yeah, VTXs are nice. My buddy had one. I had just a Honda Shadow at the time, and I was going like 80. And like I was just sitting there going still, he just bowled right around me. Like, how?
Everybody I've ever known has had a Honda Shadow at some point.
Yeah, probably.
And like I said, would be nice to have a lighter bike and weight. Riding Harley sucks sometimes. Yeah, they're definitely a girthy ride. One Honda Valkyrie with a 6-cylinder engine, same as the Honda Goldwing. Juan busting out the biker facts, nice. See Juan in a leather biker outfit, with the helmet on and mullet flapping in the breeze outside the back of the helmet. Well, they were seen down in Texas last night. Okay, Northern Lights. Okay. On a Honda Shadow versus a Honda VTX. I'm sorry. Well, no, everybody starts with a Shadow.
Yeah.
Everybody has a bike. Everybody gets 200 or 400 Shadow, and they basically ride that for like a week until they understand how to ride a motorcycle. Then they go into something like a Ninja, because that's your upgrade bike. That's your I'm going to hurt the shit out of myself, but not go fast enough to die bike. And then you upgrade if you didn't die. You can still walk to something with more cojones, as they say. So Dad calls his mate's gold wing the lead wing. It's a big bike. No getting around it. But basically, I think that bike is as big or bigger than my Honda Civic from '74. I think a modern Honda Goldwing is probably larger than that Civic that I have. One, if we're to do that, you would give me that Jeep so fast. I don't want to melt your eyes, Scott. No, I'm good one. I'm not giving the Jeep to anybody. No, nothing personal. And you're one of the nobodies that I would be giving it to. No, technically that Jeep is my dream car that's now currently sitting in the back, covered in dirt and some tree sap and on 4 flat tires because I had to steal the tires to make the Chandler run and go drive around and do stupid shit. But dream car. I've had the body panels that needs painted for 2 years now. Just got to find the money to do it because it wasn't popular on the channel, so I had to start building other stuff. Man, Jeeps are popular. I'll build my Jeep. Yeah, they are popular. When you're throwing $20,000 worth of parts at them, people love watching those videos. When you're fixing them to do real important stuff like living with them, nobody gives a half a dick. Hey! Yeah, Goldwings are Cadillacs on 2 wheels, pretty much. And yeah, it's the only motorcycle I've ever seen with the starter is the reverse gear. It's basically like driving a house.
Yeah. Trying to balance it when you stopped.
Yeah, you definitely have to have a certain height to ride something that size because there's no gently leaning over. You're going over with a 1,000-pound motorcycle. Local engineer was turning Goldwings into trikes. Well, it technically makes sense. They're kind of almost there anyway in terms of that girth. You love that Jeep. Keep it. That's Splendor one. I just want it to be more fun. I want to drive it more in the summer, but the Chandler's been, basically I've been marketing for the channel for the last 6 months, since March, and it started to get out there and people started to look at it and see it and think it was interesting. And now I'm trying to grow the channel by having myself out to shows for free or costing me money. So it's a win-win. I know nothing about motorcycles if there are no pedals involved. I don't know much. I know enough to be dangerous, but being able to ride is never going to be a thing for me at this point with the all the damage to the body. So I don't worry about it. I would still want to build the bike. I want to build a custom chopper at some point just to say I did one, but I'm likely never be able to ride the thing other than like walk it down the driveway. But I can still build cool shit and not do it. That's the next thing. Some of the engineer was depressed. Oh, no, it does make sense with a bike that size. I've seen people drink coffee. And I'm pretty sure you could eat a 3-course meal on a Goldwing if you did it right. There's enough space. Hey, the coffee doesn't drop in a Goldwing. No, there's probably a drink warmer or chiller on the Goldwings at this point.
Oh yeah.
That'll probably be one of the first bikes that rides itself.
Full surround sound system and
yeah, it has nicer stereo than any of my cars do.
Comes with two helmets with built-in walkie-talkies.
Yeah.
It's got hand warmers.
Yeah. Probably the footbeds are warmed. Probably the seats warmed.
Yeah.
Scott Chopper, I bet it would look cool, but to ride it, I don't think so. Choppers are not comfy. Well, no, I couldn't ride a bike at this point with as physical damages I have. But I still want to build something cool. I'm going to build a drag truck of some kind. I'm not going to be able to drive it. I can't take the G-forces with my spine, but doesn't mean I can't make it and have someone else have a good time with it and sell it and build some more dumb shit. E-bikes are cool. I run my cattle dog with a 2,000-watt e-bike. It does almost 40. It's van life. Yeah, motorcycles, bicycles, anything that's along those lines. Jet ski. Well, I can't with the water anyway, but jet ski, you name it, four-wheeler. This body cannot do those things anymore, unfortunately. But it's a trade-off I'm willing to accept because in October it'll be 8 years of not being dead. Hey, I like not being dead. You meet nice people on a Honda. Well, I plan on meeting some nice people on my Honda out there, and it's about the size of a Goldwing right now, so it's actually smaller than a Goldwing right now. No, I think it's time for another hat break. All right. All right, son. Basically. I got an 8-gallon hat. I got an 8-gallon head and a 12-gallon hat, so don't make me use this thing, boy. You know how fast you were going, son. I'm gonna have to take you back to the bogey.
Fast enough.
Yep. Junior, when we get home, I'm gonna punch your mama in the mouth. I love that movie.
Boss hog.
No, that was Beaver T. Justice from Smoking the Bandit.
Yeah. Smoking the Bandit.
Slime was saying an Aussie film called Malcolm has a Honda hatchback that splits down the middle and becomes 2 motorbikes for a getaway vehicle. Interesting. Van Life, is that a Mustang pick over your head 6%? Yeah, that's actually a car I built when I worked at McLaren. It's called the FR 500. And it's a 99 2000 Mustang that they were doing a lot of work on to try to sell aftermarket parts through Ford Racing. Like the car looks kind of normal, but it's a 4951 weight balance. The wheelbase is actually stretched 5 or 6 inches in the front. Carbon fiber body panels. It was a special motor. It was making 385 at the motor, naturally aspirated, and at that point, that was humongous power. That was like Corvette power, and it was a neat car. It was a fun project. There were 3 of those. I need to actually get. I have a bunch of photos that I was able to take when we were building them, and I need to get them digitized so I can make a video out of them. It was pretty neat. What's happening, BR? Thanks for jumping on. Bear Road, everybody.
Those.
Learning with Juan. Meet old people on a Honchero. Well, Juan, don't make me keep busting out a hat. God damn it. You don't want to know this. Make it through, Juan. This hat comes with authority, Juan. I mean, like, yeah, it was fun. I learned, I think probably the most I ever learned anywhere was about the year I was at McLaren. It was neat. There were 3 of us in the vehicle build department, and we pumped out a lot of stuff. And I learned an immense amount of stuff. Sorry, noses. It didn't. So, are you and your brother actually going to go see Honest Payton?
Yes.
Like this year?
Yes.
Okay. Because I heard talk that maybe in the near future?
Possibly.
Am I going to have to fly to Minnesota, get a rental car, and drive you guys to Honest Payton's house? Is that how we're going to work this one?
I mean, I'm not going to lie. It'll probably help, yeah. No, we'll get there eventually. Soonish, I think.
Close enough. Learning with Juan, you meet welder people with a hat on a whack honk chero. Okay. Thank you. Been 41 years since I was out there. So you're doing great then. McDonald. That's awesome. That's a fantastic. I hope I have that many not dead years. No, when you have a transplant, the day of your transplant, they call it your second birthday. Well, mine's October 12th. So on October 12th, it's 8 years since the transplant. So that's when I go out and have a horrible meal and regret my choices. I'm still allowed to do it. Weirder. Yeah, Juan, I know it was autocorrect. I understand, Juan, but since Dan got all hutsy fussy about how I interpret people's comments, I just read them verbatim.
Verbatim.
Some ver and some batum.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so hopefully I'll see you guys at No Name. I'll see a lot of other people. I have a couple of friends that I know are coming from here. Hopefully a couple other people. I'm not sure about a few people that were there last year that are hopefully coming. It's going to be a hell of a lot of fun either way, but it would definitely be nice to see some of y'all.
Yeah, I would hate to have to write a whole nother song. It'd just be terrible.
Yeah, we broke the fuck down remix. Oh, Van Life just made me think of a song you could do. I had chicken wings in the air fryer tonight. Can you do like, I can hear it frying in the air tonight?
Yes. I'm laying in bed and I'm hungry. Then
you told me it was cooking.
I have a bag of chicken nuggets.
And I told Dan I was cooking. He would not lend a hand. It's something dumb.
Slap them nuggies in the air fryer.
Yeah. But
I can smell it frying in the air tonight.
Yum yum. Yum yum. Yeah, Dan and Tom Adventures. That could be something. One likes your style, Van Life. But I'm getting closer to being dead these days. Well, we all are. It's just how fast do you plan on Evil Knieveling your way to that exit ramp there, Obano? You want to do it fast enough that's entertaining, but not so fast that it's like, oh shit, done. Now the problem is they play in the air tonight a lot. Here, I'm gonna have that yum yum shit stuck in my head. Yum 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 yum. Comedy gold. Well, comedy like bronze plating at least.
Yeah.
Learning fun.
That's what most actual songs are. It's just comedy.
Yeah. Learning with one, I told Dan I was cooking. The air was smelling farty tonight. Okay, well, that's possible. I assume Dan is a man of many smells, so.
I try not to get next to him.
I'm pretty sure you guys are brothers. I'm pretty sure you smelled things you didn't want to. Dan Life said he is addicted to stuff from the air fryer. I have never. My mom actually bought one recently, so hopefully I can tell her to make something in it so I can take a test drive.
I like the air fryer, but my wife refuses to use it after she read that they start on fire quite easily. I was like, yeah, that's if you don't clean it.
Well, yeah. Well, I was going to say, isn't that most kitchen appliances?
Pretty much, yeah.
Like a toaster is an open short. I mean, it's basically you're just It's a box of death. I don't leave mine plugged in unless I'm using it.
Oh yeah, nothing's plugged in unless it's being used.
Well, I'll like I said, I'll count my mom into making something to test out the air fryer because the last thing I need is another random thing I'm going to use once a year. Van, like saying you haven't lived until you had a corn dog out of an air fryer. I had that's my one still guilty food that I will eat almost anywhere because most fairs and car shows have them is corn dog. Tom looks like Bohemian Rhapsody.
Galileo,
Scaramouche,
Galileo,
Scaramouche.
Galileo,
I'm
Scaramouche.
from Minnesota.
I'm just a little silhouette of a man.
Learning with Juan saying the microwave would explode first. I actually have not owned a microwave in a decade, Juan, and don't plan to. So, not a microwave guy. We built things that would drop airplanes with focused microwave arrays where I've been before for work. So I don't really want to cook with one. I know it's not the same thing, but you can down an airplane with a microwave array. So if they ran out of missiles, they could actually target the airplane or the missile coming in with the array and fry it in midair. Don't fuck with us.
Oh no, yeah. We've got lasers and shit.
Lasers.
We're like Dr. Evil.
Well, no, if you say lasers in that context, you have to say lasers. Van Life saying, I leave all my electric. Sorry, go ahead, Tom.
It's just saying, we're going to get all Star Wars up in here. You better be careful.
Fire the death laser.
You think the
all I wanted was tampons with freaking laser beams. What's so complicated about this?
Didn't he want sharks with laser beams?
Yeah, but I'm trying to think Star Wars. Like, all I wanted was a Wookiee with a battle ray. What the fuck is so complicated?
The movie Spaceballs.
Pretty much.
Actually,
I saw Spaceballs before I saw, like, my parents weren't into sci-fi. So we saw Spaceballs when I was a kid before I saw any of the Star Wars stuff. I like Spaceballs more. Van Life saying, I leave all my appliances plugged in and I do electrical for a living. Well, yeah, that you're not afraid to die then. A toaster is basically an electrical short waiting to happen. Or it is a complete electrical short. Just heat up food. Yes, you are a true American, Van Life. No, it's not fear. It's just basic precautions. I leave enough other dumb shit plugged in that I have enough things to worry about. I do have fire extinguishers, but that's I don't like my stuff burning down. Oh, McDonald, do you know the best chili has most 239 beans and bacon, but if you add one more bean to the 39 beans, it makes it taste bad? Because the one extra bean makes it too farty. All right. Didum. Num. Closest I can do. Fire the fart tonight. Air fryer will go to the moonlight. Have a great. Hold on. Let's see if this second comment completes the sentence. It wasn't supposed to go that comment. What in the hell? What are you using like a speaking spell to type tonight, dude? What the fuck is going on here, bud? Are you okay? Are you in trouble? Are you trying to tell us that, is Timmy in the well? Do we need to call the cops for you?
I don't know if we can bring the 20 the day of or if they want like it paid before.
We'll figure it out. Let me know.
Good Lord, we've been Dino'd. Hello, what's happening there, Kiwis? The show has gone fully international. Other than Pickle. We do need Pickle to complete the circle of weird.
I'm a weird.
It's okay. I'll go get Chad Kroger. He's Canadian, right?
Probably.
Oh, they only want weird Canadians.
Well, we need a Canadian.
No, that's not your voice. I don't think that's your voice, Juan, unless you're currently standing with Tom.
Nope. My name's not Juan.
No.
It's too.
No, that's not a radio voice, Tom or Juan, because it's responding to questions. Radios don't normally do that. Okay, hold on. Do you secretly have DNS back in there somewhere, Tom? Is he hiding in the shadows?
I'll never tell. No, my wife's right next to me.
Oh, she's in the shadows.
Always. I'm a shadow creature.
Yeah, not everybody likes to come on camera there, Monster. Oh, Slimo said he's a diversity hire. I don't think simply being Australian is a subcategory. I think you're just a honky to most people. Slimo, you're just a honky with a different accent.
I think he's more qualified.
Yeah.
Not being a diversity hire.
Juan says you have a great, sweet voice. Not you, Tom. Juan, I'm not asking her that, Juan.
Is she a liberal? Who? My wife?
No, I'm not a libtard.
He could have meant a Libra for all I know. You know, his comments have been a little strange this evening. Tom seems a lot happier than he has with his old job. Great to see happiness. That's from Van Life.
I keep trying to bring him down. It's just not working.
Well, you know, he's not scooping dead people into buckets anymore. That's got to, you know, chipper you up a bit.
Yeah, that messes with the mind a bit.
Yeah, and I'm not being constantly like fucked over, so that helps.
Yeah, and you can just walk around going, "You've been terminated. You've been terminated. You've been terminated."
Check in the trap. Caught one in the trap.
And Juan is complimenting you on your sense of humor, Mrs. Tom.
Don't let him fool you. He kills creatures by day and then come home and is like best friends with a chipmunk.
Hey, you leave Chippy out of this, all right?
Oh, God. Well, so Alex from Hubert's Products has a pet squirrel, and it'll probably be coming to your own name. So things to look forward to.
Well, if I become good enough friends with Chippy, maybe I'll bring him with.
Well, Alex's squirrel is stuffed, so he can bring him pretty much anywhere he wants. So.
Oh, yeah, that helps.
Yeah. Juan approves, Tom.
Oh, there, you're Juan approved.
Oh.
Yeah, we'll have to get you a stamp. It just says approved. Just dunk it right on her forehead.
I don't want face stamps.
It'll wash off.
All right.
Well, your face stamps are okay.
Yeah, I think Van Life is calling you guys Chip and Dale, or God, that could be you and Dan. That's your Halloween costume, Chip and Dale. Rescue Rangers.
I've
Big ass, bearded Rescue Rangers.
You guys can spare all the children in the neighborhood.
I don't know if I'd be that pilot guy.
pilot guy.
Yeah, don't they have like some guy that flies them around or some like bigger?
Oh God! The bear Baloo from Jungle Book is the pilot, I think, in that.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
That's a callback. Holy crap!
right. That's
He said
me.
Chippendales, and I went strippers. That's what I thought of.
Oh no!
I didn't think of the cartoon characters.
That's a whole that not that would not come up in one of our random freaking live streams because we talk about everything, including pickle.
Sorry
But
to take it there.
that's a. I think he was gotta. I don't want to. No, now I was Chris Farley and that thing on from Saturday Night Live in my head. Thanks.
You're welcome.
Yeah, Van Life said he was talking about your chipmunk.
Yeah.
Well, chipmunks do have racing stripes. I've never
That's true.
grabbed one to look that closely at them, but I'll take your word for it, old McDonald.
They got two. I was grilling earlier, and he's just sitting next to me, like just checking out what I was doing the whole time.
We had a pet squirrel at one of the travel jobs I was on in Florida, and he'd just be working on a car, and you'd turn around, there'd be a squirrel looking right at you, eye to eye, like, holy you'd give him a chip, and he'd walk away, but it was just rather disconcerting because it's just, he's just sitting there like this, like, give me something, but, in my head, I'm thinking, oh, great, now here's tetanus shot time. Give him a chip, and he leaves.
Yeah, it bit me.
The first thing that goes through my mind is like, I'm just going to, nobody said anything, so I'm just waiting to, like, bean the sucker with a wrench and kill it. Like, that's our pet squirrel. You can tell somebody.
Yeah. I didn't know what he wanted. I wouldn't give him a chip, and he went for my eyeball.
Yeah. He just started making little squeaky noises, so I dropped the cap in his ass. It just, it was him or me. Leave me alone.
Well, see, this guy like made a home underneath my stoop, so like he's always around. Like I don't really, like he's not getting into the house. He's not like causing damage or anything else. So I just leave him alone.
Yeah, man, like I was saying, his pup killed the squirrel last year. Max, after Fiona died, he kind of was a squirrel murdering machine there for about a week. He was pulling him off the tree and chewing on him and spitting him out like, fuck you in the house. He's like, thanks, bud. That's great. At least if you're going to chew on it, kill it first.
It's a new chew toy. This one runs away.
And this one makes weird noises and bleeds when I squeeze it. Oh, yeah, that's not how we do things here. You're good, buddy. Well, I think it's about time to shut her on down here in a minute. Van Life said she brought in a dead kangaroo mouse through the dog door too, dropped it at my feet by my bed. Oh, that's nice. Nothing like tracking that carcassy shit all the way through your house. Here, Dad, look what I did.
I did this for you.
Yeah, my little one, Emma, I actually had a kill counter. It was like 16 was the confirmed kills in the backyard because she came from a junkyard. So if it had a face, she ate it if it wasn't a dog. So I watched her swallow half a groundhog whole, like The Exorcist, just turn her head up and go and just swallow it. I was like, oh, my dog's going to die. She's fine. She didn't even burp.
Oh, it's crazy.
Oh, speaking of the devil, unfinished projects, what's happening?
What?
The children are roasting each other.
Why?
Leland, because she's doing bad at the game, so then she started trying to roast him back.
Yeah, we're going to go ahead and shut her down for this evening. It's been 2 hours of fun. I appreciate everybody jumping on. Thank you, Tom, for jumping in, and Mrs. Tom in the shadows. Everybody in the chat. And you guys have anything you want to say? Like, I plugged your music, and I do use Tom's music. It's been about a year and a half now, and I use it exclusively. So if you want music for your videos where you don't have to worry about somebody getting copyright struck, reach out to him and tell him what you like, and he'll get it over to you.
Or even
Make sure
if
you
like,
list it in his video, in your videos as well.
yeah, just credit me somewhere. I don't care where it is. It can be little at the end or even down at the description part.
Yeah. I always, if his music's in one of my videos, it's credited in the description, and I put his logo at the end of each video as well. Because
And
I do greatly appreciate him.
as long as you do that, like I wouldn't care if you just went and like got the music. However, but if you want files, then email me and I can email you files of music.
Yeah, Van Life saying bye to you and the Mrs. Tom and me, of course. And I do thank everybody. And we will see you all next week. Thanks, everyone. Appreciate it. Bye, everybody.